news, like the shit the other day. Okay, all them black people behind that jail that they
Oh yeah,
buried
I've been.
there, just threw them in the dirt in a body bag.
Yeah, I've been on that. Matter of fact, I had posted something on my book and Instagram about that. I said what I said, and I meant what I said, and I'm gonna stand on. I stand. Everybody tell me they stand on business. Yeah, okay. Well, I come from that area of what business is standing on, Jack. Nah, is that right there? Nope. There need to be more than that. Man, if you see some of that doggone evidence, that's man, the way that's it. That shit broke my heart, man. They sit up there and hear that woman literally like. I mean, these some bitches and see, see, this is what got me kind of like really ticked off about a lot of that. You got this is the state or whoever the hell the state is, the prison, the warden, this is the measure anyway. I don't give a damn what state, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas. I wouldn't give a damn rat's ass if it was Montana, goddamn me. The point is this. How dare that any so-called state government or any entity or anybody, whatever the fuck you call yourself, the law up under the law, private prison, no prison. There is no way in the universe, which is very expensive and very wide. I'm not gonna break no numbers down because it's gonna turn your brain to mush. The point is that why is it that this woman whose son basically transitioned and passed away in y'all's custody was in one of those unmarked graves, that this woman and her family had to pay. They had to fucking pay these people in order to just to get a death decree or certificate, just for them to be able to get permission to even honestly give their own. This young man came out this woman's womb. She had to get permission from the state officials and pay these people in order to put her son properly away with a death certificate. Who in the fuck does that? But these states and these programs and these people and these politicians want sympathy. They want my vote. No, that's garbage. Who in the hell does that? Like that dude, there's no, okay, maybe one or two, but a grave of, you're talking about dozens, 215, you know how many dozens that is? So y'all just basically just go on out there, just, all right, hurry up, just dig that little 2, 3, that little 3, 4 foot hole, whatever, throw their ass on up in there. That's unmarked, that's John Doe number such and such. Or no, that's just basically, if there was numbers, that was their number. That was the prisoner's number. So that's John Doe number such and such, such and such, such. That was prisoner such and such. And really? I'll be damned. There's no way in the world. You got these doggone police, right? I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg with a whole lot of hellacious stuff going on. And then everybody's still talking about this, pray for the Israel and all this other bullshit. Come on, man. Something not right. But that right there, that's atrocious. And of course, y'all know we got to have Dr. Brother Crump, the first one, always on the scene with the lean. I mean, he live and in color. See, this is about money when you get them. This is about politics and money when you get folks like them involved. Yeah, it's wrong. That's atrocious. But there needs to be heads rolled. I'm not talking about no doggone me. Let's go to trial and let's pray and talk about it. No, there needs to be heads rolled. I'm talking about from the warden to the funky ass judge that did them sentences on them. I'm talking about everybody need to be on the chopping block. All them officials, everybody's involved. Hands is dirty. Somebody made a shitload of money off of 215 damn dead bodies in an unmarked grave behind the highest doggone me county jail in Delaware. Really? Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Like let's keep this 1,000. I normally say 500, but let's keep this 1,000 plus. Something stinks to high noon and high hell, and then but we sure got a whole lot of, we ain't got no energy for this, but we sure got a whole doggone me a bunch of energy to go keep over here bombing on folks that ain't got a damn thing to do with nothing going on. You damn right WW3 is about to show up. People think this shit is a damn joke. Gas is back climbing. Ain't nobody paying attention to that. Oh, but your favorite old creepy Uncle Joe, he wants your vote. We got to get a hold of this crime. We got to do this. We got to seal the order. Everybody talking about Trump. He going to doggone me court. Guess what? He gonna keep going to court. Guess what? They gonna keep on doggone me getting amended. It's gonna keep on getting extended. And guess what? Eventually, most folks is gonna hate it, but who you gonna see beating him out? Folks better pay the goddamn attention and in reality. This is not right. But when it comes to because I don't care what color they was at the end of the day, 215 great. And most of them we know most of them is us. Let's just call a spade, a donkey, a donkey.
Some was white, but most of them was us.
At the end of the day, I'm just saying, but don't matter. But this is a situation where I wouldn't give a damn. Minus your punk ass a Klan or something, But then again, the only thing, if you want a separation like my people need to be separated from the likes of y'all bullshit, then I'm with that. I ain't got no problem with you. But to lose your life like that and to be totally to be disrespected, like you, my family got to pay. Y'all put my people in the dirt and we didn't even know it, and we got to pay you for a death certificate in order for you to even for my family to either at least be able to my mother, my brother, everybody that knows of my living sibling, at least be able to mourn me. But probably too damn late because I done probably started deteriorating if I ain't already bones or them been I mean, what? Really? They throw a little goddamn Crisco oil in you and just enough for you to stay good till your family can get past your viewing, throw your ass in the ground and you disintegrate. It used to be when you could go and find somebody. Like the late ancestor, was it Medgar Evers, where his son never got a chance to see him, and when they exhumed him, it was like they had just literally buried the man the same day that they exhumed him.
Wow!
Because the Creator preserved that man. I believe it wasn't it Medgar Evers? Yeah, it was Medgar Evers. His son never got a chance to do it. He was a little baby when his dad. Don't you know that they exhumed that man? The folks can't tell me that there is not a supreme being and a supreme power. Believe that. Because for you to be dead that many years, I'm talking about you done. I mean, it was like the brother. He didn't even look mummified. The brother looked perfect. Like literally, even it blew the mortician. It blew the pathologists in their mind. Like they've never in their life seen nothing like that ever.
Even when you're dead, black don't crack.
Exactly, and they were tripping, and still to this day, they to believe it or not, yeah, the Most High preserved that man just for his family to make that peace out of all them decades, because they already know the stuff that they've held, the stuff that they feeding us and giving us, and talking about going home and think about it. Maybe little Jimmy, all them little, maybe that RSV with the number, and maybe he won't develop club and foot disease and diabetes from a simple cold. We can go home and take these pills 4 times a day. Yeah, they already killing us. If it ain't the medicine, hell, it's the damn food. They poison in the damn, all this. But that to me is just sick. That should be like worldwide, but it's going global. But right now, but they got all this so-called, they over there attacking this. They went from this to this to this to that. I thought it was about Palestine. What's going on now? Now you bombing Yemen. Now you're bombing. What the hell going on? What do that got to do with any damn thing? We still got 215 people that families that, so imagine the other thousands that's in unmarked graves that's around the country that nobody's talking about.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I believe that's why they did back. I could talk about my city, my home damn stomping ground. See, you remember, sis, the Douglas County. Remember when they shut the city jail down? Remember Douglas County jail didn't go. Remember they expanded. They shut a whole street down in the financial district of that city just to expand that damn county jail to a block east. No, yeah, it was a block north and a half a block east and west.
Mm-hmm.
So they literally took a simple county jail building and expanded that shit a citywide block. By half a block, east and west, north and south. I wonder how many doggone people actually that's really up under that concrete. They ain't gonna tell you about all that because a lot of that used to be a bunch of open grass and field and gated in concrete. How the hell you got gated off around the building, but over in that certain area, it was just you couldn't see nothing up in there. Kind of like if when they take lifers out, just let them go outside. They can't really see nothing. They could just walk around in the little enclosure. Come on, man. Our place is bloody too. Hell, we ain't even talk about Willie Brown. We ain't even talk about that. So at the end of the day, imagine that we down, and this is down south. This is Mississippi. We ain't talking about Alabama. We ain't talking about Louisiana. We're not talking about Texas. We ain't talking about Arkansas. We ain't talking about Georgia, Florida, Carolinas, Tennessees, Kentucky. We're not even talking about nothing else. We're just talking about the South, the Mid-South alone. We're not talking about hell. We can New York, everywhere. Michigan, name it. Illinois, damn sure Illinois. We got mounds down in Cahokia, Illinois, where my mother was born. But people don't want to start paying attention to that, man. That's the subject of what folks need to keep. I ain't saying that you ought to make that show lively, but I mean there's questions that are unanswered questions and unanswered situations that's going on that is very mind-boggling. What the hell am I going to teach my grandkids? Or my grandkids, they're watching this. This is stuff that they got to deal with. I mean, really? Like this is crazy. So if we're experiencing this now, and look, we are next in generation to because we are the next generation of baby boomers. So imagine what we're dealing with that got to pass down to our grandbabies. Yeah, that's deep. That's something I think we definitely should be definitely a good subject eventually to really follow, because that right there, that's mean, man. That's a lot of bones, man. Think about it.
Yep. And a lot of it, I don't know. Some people don't watch the news too much.
Better
A
start.
lot of people don't watch, the news all the time. But
Better
yeah,
start.
that is a very that's
That's
just
disturbing.
it's very disturbing. I would be so pissed if that was my loved ones, like so pissed. And the thing about it that makes me even more pissed, and I'm gonna play this little video so people who don't know what's going on, it's a few minute long video about what's going on with the graves, the unmarked graves. But what made me really pissed was the fact that they didn't even put them 6 feet deep. It was a shallow grave. They only had them in a body bag, and they said it was what's the name of them birds?
Down in Mississippi?
Huh?
No, my bag says I was.
No, the birds that be flying around.
Yeah, the vulture. Buzzards.
Buzzards. Yeah,
we got them down here.
The stench was so strong. Like, just all them bodies back there with that stench.
And nobody saying that.
And no, I mean, they were back there since 2016.
What?
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, it's like I said, I'm down here where I'm at. It's always I'm at least once every other day. I may see a buzzard, if not daily or two. They always some around, and they be in family. They be in a flock. Sometimes they be in the neighborhoods.
Right.
They just posted up because talking about some very nice houses, like less than a half a mile away. I mean, some very nice houses. Be like, damn, y'all got all this over here, and we ain't even damn. You right around the corner, And it'd be a flock of buzzards. It'd be about 4, 5, and they just be sitting all over there in the cut, just chilling, just waiting. So if they're doing that and there's not no dead carcasses around, imagine a parking lot full of dead folks with all kind of probably had all kind of doggone ailments and diseases and all that, and they rotting it away. Really? In the Mississippi, doggone humidity and heat and rain. Come on, man, make it make sense.
Yeah.
But everybody talking. Let me mute. Okay. My bad.
In Jackson, of course, Jackson, Mississippi, to be exact. It's been revealed 215 bodies were buried in unmarked graves behind a state jail in Jackson, of course. Attorney Ben Crump is now calling for an investigation. Families of the dead reportedly had no idea until last month. Some of them, those grave sites were only labeled by a number and a metal rod. Joining us to talk about it, activist Arthur Silky Slim Reed, who also works with Ben Crump. So, Arthur, this started with Dexter Wade's case back in March, right? He was an individual who was hit by a police officer, and his family thought he was simply missing, but he was dead and buried, and no one notified them.
Well, the thing about it is that he had identification on him, Isaiah, and the medical examiner gave it to the lead detective who said he called, didn't get an answer, and they didn't worry about doing anything else. What we're finding, Isaiah, is that Mississippi is Mississippi. It's an ugly Mississippi. And this is sad because now we have 6 other individuals that has been put into the same grave. And if you look at the video from when we first went to that site, buzzards were flying overhead. And we were trying to figure out why are the buzzards flying overhead? But it's because they're putting them in shallow graves, and the only thing that they're putting them in is a body bag without embalming the bodies. So the stench from the bodies are drawing buzzards there. It's so inhumane for anybody to do any one like that, Isaiah, is just horrible is what we can say. And that's not even a word that we should use in a situation like this. It's something that we haven't seen.
And what we're seeing here is over 200 people in this, what they consider a pauper's grave behind the county jail there. And what you guys are learning in your investigation is many of these families were never called, were never notified. Many of them still think their family members or thought their family members were simply missing, but they were dead and buried and never got a call from any investigators, any law enforcement officials or authorities in Jackson, Mississippi.
That's right. And one of the things that we faced being Mississippi is that they thought that we were playing the race card. We have white clients as well. There were white people that were buried the same way, Isaiah. And any human being that's buried the way that they're burying these individuals, it says a lot about the people that's doing this criminal act. And the only thing that we're asking, because people always look at us when we're out fighting for civil rights of individuals, the only thing that we're asking in this case, we want you to do the right thing and give them a humane burial. And the city is, so it's crazy, Isaiah, to see something like that. It's 2023. It's not 1940. But to see them just dumping bodies in a grave like that, and no name, just a number. So they'll say, well, number 13, that's Arthur Reed. Number 21 is Isaiah Carey. But we don't really know until we get the remains. And then the remains had decomposed so bad, we just have to take them at their word. And when you look at the story, they told us that they would exhume this body at 12 noon, but they ended up taking this young man, Dexter Wade, out of the ground at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. They say, we were not going to allow them to embarrass us with those cameras. If you're not embarrassed by what you're doing, it's shame on you.
Absolutely incredible. Now, you guys, along with Ben Crump and I think Attorney Dennis Week, you all are asking for a federal investigation, that the feds come in and take a look at this and see exactly what's going on, because there's some questions as to Dexter Wade's death when he was hit by the police officer. Whatever happened with the officer in this case? And why wasn't his family ever notified that he was dead and not just a missing person? So bottom line, you want an investigation, right?
We think many civil rights were violated in Dexter Wade's case, not notifying the family, burying him without permission when you knew who he was. That's the key issue right there. You knew who this individual was. And if you look at the Dexter Wade case, it's sad, but Dexter Wade's uncle was killed by Jackson police, and they knew the family because they was involved in an ongoing lawsuit with that family, with Attorney Sweets, who you're talking about. So this is very, very, very troubling for us for you to know this family already, and for you to do something like this. This was adding insult to already injury that you had done to this family, Isaiah.
So I just played that video because I know Even though, you would think that a lot of people across the world, saw that story, but, sometimes people don't, see every news story, even if there is something big or tragic. But that's so sad. The worst part, like I said, was that the buzzers was flying around. They was just digging up a little dirt, just putting bodies in there. And then the fact that they knew who that family was, not only because he had identification, but they also knew that family because they had another incident with police in the past. Just awful.
And folks talk about, and here's the kicker. And I'm not gonna do all that back and forth about well, there are good cops. No, I'm not saying that there are people in the law enforcement community that are not good people, like as a person, like that would honestly, like if you were in a situation where a serious situation, or like I could actually help you or be like I'll look out for you for certain situation. But I ain't talking about like these fucking peasants, these miscreants that they got out, which is 95 to 98% of most of them. I ain't talking about them illiterate son of a bitches. Excuse my French, but because I know my sisters is on here, and I don't. But anyway, I don't. I'm not. I want to know at the end of the day if y'all got guts enough to bury 250. Don't matter who it is, including Caucasian folks too. It wasn't just a bunch of Negroes. No, sir, it was not there, Jolly George, but George, it was sure it wasn't. No, sir, Bob. It was some of our own too. You think about what they just did. Do you know how inhumane that is? Like that, if you listen to how that brother was saying in particular, there's words not to describe on who's inhumane enough to do something like this. So they deserve the same type of way, but that's only work. I mean, that means that you have no type of consciousness or heart towards another human being, period.
Well, I really hope that everybody involved. I hope they do get everybody who's involved.
Everybody,
like
sis.
The person who had the backhoe, the person who did the
everybody.
If they had like other people who
that's a big ass
they
point.
might have had other prisoners or helping out. Like that's 215 bodies.
There's no excuses.
Involved.
Since we can't even get on social media even talking about damn near about that pop one body without somebody reporting and you getting your dog on me what you call a strike against your channel.
Yeah, that's why we gotta watch what we say sometimes. But
and that's sad, but they got the nerves to be nonchalant with an attitude and say, well, we don't want to be embarrassed by the camera, so we gonna like really? So you're guilty.
They got me too. They talk about don't record us. We don't want to be embarrassed. Like as if that ain't something that you should be absolutely ashamed of already.
Yeah, but we hope definitely. Ain't no hope. Just know that there's definitely need to be some things. Really. It seems like everything is being exposed now. So the point is that since everything's being exposed, what are we gonna do about it? That's what I would like to know. I mean, at the end of it, honestly, I'm pretty sure everybody will even a person that don't care will probably want to know, be like, well, hell, what the hell are we gonna do about it? Because this is that's unacceptable, man. That's just all right, y'all. Y'all know that's unacceptable. Period.
Yeah, it is.
That's unacceptable, man. I mean, I like I said, I don't care. I don't care if it was a bunch of Europeans or immigrants over there. I mean, that's foul. And you did it as though like, okay. And you didn't do it as though that's exactly what your attitude is to this day. Okay, and what you gonna do about it? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. All y'all gonna do is talk about it in March and say we shall overcome. And there was a handful of dog. Yeah, that's why we put a whole bunch of them ones that we didn't think was useful or useless to us anyway. So we put them in the mix so we can make it seem like as though that that somebody just don't care. No, shit, it's mainly about y'all. We don't care about none of them. They were a number. The state gave us a stipend for their ass, and guess what? We had to cut costs. That's how you pocket. That's how you
do us back in the day. We ain't shit. I don't even think we were numbered back in the day. They just killed us and left us where we was and had the slaves bury us.
And if they didn't hurry up,
our siblings and our parents had to bury us.
And if they didn't hurry up, they was gonna bury them right along with them.
Exactly. Hurry up and get rid of that body.
Yeah, exactly. Before you get the stinking, get that nigga over here, you get the stinking.
Pick
If
that
you,
cotton.
if you go on over there and give me some more of them nigga babies. Hurry up. And she pregnant and got to bury her brother or her husband or uncle. Really?
Man, that's why when it comes to our ancestors, man, so much respect toward like the things that a lot of us do these days without respecting and appreciating where
Man.
we come from because like we could say all day long, oh, they wouldn't do that to me. Oh, I would do I run up in Master's house and I do this and I do that. I mean, yeah, it all sounds good. And yeah, we might run up in Master's house and get our head blown off. But
Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can say, well, I wouldn't have done, I would nah. But like when people have family and they have children and they just want to survive to see them another day and just have dreams of just being able to leave and be free and stuff like that, sometimes they will hold on to that to the day they die. And I respect it. I absolutely respect it. But the way that they still treat us, like some of the ways they used to treat us back in the day in the 2020s, it don't make no sense.
Sis, ain't nothing changed because they turned around. I mean, and this is a true story. Long story short, this is true. Yeah, my grandmother, my late grandmother, Dosey May, Grandma Fisher. She was born in 1898. We buried her in 1993. This woman was actually her and my great uncles were in the middle of the riots of East St. Louis. I believe it was 1917 or 19, one of them. After doing about around the war, after the war, when they was same kind of a situation similar to with the Willie Brown situation back home in 1919 downtown at the courthouse. But the riots in East St. Louis was one of the main big. I think it was over 100 riots in our predominantly areas of the city where a lot of folks were actually productive, all stemming from jealousy at the end of the day. And I I believe it's the chickens is coming home to roost. And basically what happened then is basically trying to regurgitate itself now, but it ain't gonna get that far. It ain't gonna get that far. Because they already know what time it is. Because eventually we gotta stop. Eventually we gotta start harming each other, harming our damn self and shooting, killing each other. That's gonna have to eventually stop. It has no choice. If we don't, then hey, the man said he gonna add on. He gonna while he getting rid of them, he gonna get rid of our asses too. So he gonna add on to the pool. I ain't got time to be neither one of them classes. Stay out my way. Stay out your way. Make sure everybody good. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Love your loved ones. Reach out to your associates, your those that you call close friends and family. Consider family, brothers from another, misters and sisters. All that. That to me is a village, and that's the problem. We don't understand the concepts of village anymore because we all too spread out. Not saying that it's not a good thing to be spread out, but you can still have a village, a community of like-minded people.
And you know what? I don't know if Sisla want to chime in or not, but she's been on mute for a minute. But also, you know how you know how we say and we acknowledge the fact that a lot of black people go missing all the time, especially black women and black children. Like
Exactly.
when bro says, "This ain't just a Mississippi jail. This ain't just here. This ain't just in the South." There could be a lot of us who are missing. I do believe are missing by the hands of authority.
Damn right.
I don't believe yeah, it could be some crazy man out there, still people out here, serial murderers, killers. It could be people. It could be some Jeffrey Dahmers out here. It could be, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, it
But
still
I do
is.
think a lot of that is, possibly at the hand of authorities. And of course, when you like, well, why aren't you investigating? Why aren't you investigating? They know why they're not investigating.
So exactly. It's just like me. It's just like me. It's just like a bunch of, which is true to this day. It's just like basically a bunch of rich people or politicians in a certain area or a city that basically that pay to have impoverished neighborhoods literally contained. You know, Like they make the rules for that policy for that area and that part of the city and the zip code. Why? Because they donate the most money. So those that donate the most money, what got the most influence, and those that have the most influence have the most power.
And on that note, and in the meantime, in between time, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to
Keep
keep
it
it
good. Brush your teeth.
and brush your teeth.
Damn right.
All right, y'all. Love you
All right,
guys.
so for
Okay.
sure.